Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars and welcome to another PlayStation review. Today I'm taking a look at Dredge on the PlayStation 5. Now this was originally released on the PlayStation 5 back in 2023, early 2023 I think. It came out to some pretty positive reviews overall, and it's a game I definitely wanted to pick up and play at some point. As with many games, probably like many of you watching this review, if you are gamers, you know, we all look at games sometimes and think, yeah, that's the game I definitely want to play, but it just gets pushed down the games to play list, and this is definitely one of them. However, I did pick this up in a sale several months ago, and I have managed to put quite a lot of time into this one now. This is developed by Black Salt Games, and it's a bit of an odd game in a lot of ways. It's got like a blend of exploration, fishing, and a bit of a narrative-driven adventure going on with it. It kind of plays around with a few genres, this. And it does try and set itself apart with some compelling gameplay mechanics, and it's got like this really cool, mysterious, atmospheric kind of world going on around it. It's got like quite slow pacing going on with it, so it does at times feel like it can be quite a relaxing game, but there's also like there's this sinister mechanic going on in the game where if you stay out past a certain time it becomes very, very dangerous, and there's all sorts of kind of Lovecraftian stuff that's going to come and get you basically if you kind of stay out too late, if you don't have the right equipment on your boat and all that kind of business. So it's got, you know, some pretty dark elements going on with it here, but it's also, you know, at its core, quite a relaxing game to play too, quite a chilled out game to play. So you've got like managing a fishing boat. So you've got like a fishing boat that you kind of pick up at the beginning of the game. You kind of get washed up on this island, you get given this boat, and you've got to explore like a collection of islands. It's a sizable map, and the idea is you go out and fish different areas of the map, and then you bring your catch back to shore, sell it at the fishmonger, earn some money. This money you earn can be put towards upgrades for your boat, to buy new kind of fishing tackle so that you can fish for different fish, fish out further in the ocean, fish that are a bit more shallow in, special fish, all that kind of stuff. You need nets as well. You need like strong engine to kind of carry you around the world. You need like a strong light as well, especially during the night, because if you're still out at night, you know, if you don't have a strong light, then you are basically beggared. So you've got to kind of slowly but surely kind of incrementally improve your boat so that you can stay out longer, get better fishers. You can find treasures out there. You also find like bits of junk and floating wood sort of thing to improve your boat and make your hull bigger and all this kind of stuff. So you've got all this like management stuff going on as well. So there's all sorts of different species and methods that you need, such as hooks and lines and trawling nets. And as I said, you also like can pull up like treasures from the seabed as you progress through the game. You'll encounter increasingly complex fishing patterns and methods, and you've got to kind of be good in regards to your timing, in regards to collecting these fish and stuff like that. So there's quite a lot of resource management that's going on here as well in the game. So you've got this mechanic where you're kind of catching different fish, bringing them back to the shore, selling them, all this kind of stuff. But it kind of balances it out, because you've got to kind of balance and manage your boat space. So you run out of space fairly quickly early on in the game, so you've got to keep going back and forth to sell your fish in your ship sort of thing. And the storage is like a grid-like inventory, so it's quite a familiar thing, sort of thing. And as I've said, the more you work through the game, the bigger hull you can get, the more space you'll get in your boat, so you can stay out for longer and catch more fish. So there's different islands, as I've mentioned earlier, that you can kind of travel to. Each got its own kind of unique resources. There's people and there's side quests on these islands that you can do. That kind of be things like delivering things to different islands. Some of the islands are rich in treasure, while others will provide like clues to what's going on in regards to the mystery in the surrounding seas. So you can explore these areas, and you need to explore these areas because that's how you kind of progress through the game, through the narrative. And there's a little bit of a sense of discovery in the fog. Like the environments are like nice and foggy environments, and it does feel like there's like a mystery to kind of uncover here, sort of thing. There's no voice acting here for the most part. Generally speaking, it's just text based, but it's got a real nice style to it. This has got some like nice music going on, sort of thing, and the art style I think is quite unique, and it does kind of immerse you into the game. It's very nicely done. You've got different weather patterns and sort of stuff that can shift. It can affect fishing conditions. The time of day can bring about different kinds of fish. So it does pay to fish at night, but the risk goes up massively, sort of thing. And like I said, there's almost like a Lovecraftian atmosphere at the night when you're kind of fishing. It's kind of eerie and a bit spooky, to be honest. Fuel as well, you need to worry about that sort of thing. You've got to return to port regularly to, like, as I've said, refuel and repair your boat as well. If you kind of bash into things, you're going to need to repair it. And one of the strongest elements, I think, for Dredge is definitely the atmosphere. The game's got a moody, dark tone that really does complement its themes of like isolation and just going out on the ocean and fishing, sort of thing. And you've got this like really eerie element that's going on around it, and it works really well. The narrative is tightly tied to the fishing and the exploration, so it doesn't feel like it's a chore sort of thing to get involved in the narrative. It kind of, pulls you along nicely as you progress through the game. And it's a joy to play, to be honest. It's very nicely put together, and it's a really, really fun game. It's got some relaxing elements to it, as I've mentioned, but it's also got some really cool and like narrative elements going on. It almost feels like at times you can't ever really relax in this game. You got to keep the eye on the time because you don't want to be out during the night, especially in a boat that's not been leveled up very well. So you kind of get a little bit panicking. You've got to you want to get back to the shore. You've got to kind of get quite skilled at reading the map, sort of thing, because it doesn't hold your hand. So we've got a pretty interesting and cool game here, and I'm really pleased that I finally managed to get around to playing this one. It's a game I will be continuing to play. It's definitely a game I'll return to as well. I do believe there's quite a bit of DLC that goes with it. I may even consider getting that as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on this game, and of course I'll be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.